Ephesians is a book that Paul writes to a church that he had spent more time at than any other church. He tells us that he had spent 3 years in Ephesus. Now, Ephesus is a large seaport city on the western coast of modern day Turkey, about right in the middle of the Turkish north to south that borders on the Aegean Sea. Ephesus was a wicked, vulgar, sexually promiscuous city. Paul had spent longer there than any place else. He'd spent 3 years preaching and teaching in that city, planting that church. Church likely had no more than 200 or 300 people, probably meeting in 6, 7 homes, likely a pastor, what we would call maybe an assistant pastor, an elder over each one of those house churches, with a senior pastor or a senior elder over the whole church. But it met in many different locations because it had to be secret. There had to be a level of secrecy. The Roman government saw that any group unapproved that met with more than 20 or 30 people as a potential act of treason against their rule, a plot against their rule. And so the Christians, the early Christians, and especially at places like Ephesus, undoubtedly met in homes, and they met in small groups, 10, 15, 20 to a group. A church of 250, 350 people meeting on all those different homes, with probably a pastor and a deacon over each house church, and then one senior pastor. We read about that person in the book of Revelation when one of the 7 churches is written to the angel of the church of Ephesus. That angel, that word means messenger, and it's not a spirit being, it's the messenger to the church.